Welcome in Cairo Dar, our dear student of the third secondary stages. We are talking together now about the complex number in algebra. This is the most important chapter in algebra. It contains many lessons. Let's try to know now together why we obtained this new set of numbers, which is called the complex number. Our lesson will be, yes, complex numbers. As we talked before in the prep stages, find the solution set of the equation x squared plus 1 equals 0 in R. So we will try to solve the problem or the equation. We can say that x squared plus 1 equals 0. So it will be x squared equals negative 1. So x equals negative 1 under square root, positive or negative. And then we said that there is no square root about negative number, then the solution set was equals phi in R. خلينا specific كويس قوي على حكاية in R دي. طيب دلوقتي احنا غيرنا او قال لك خلاص الجديد، قال لك طيب خلاص put root negative 1 دي احنا هنسميها هنسميها ايه؟ تعالوا بقى نحل دي تاني. يبقى انا عندي x equals positive or negative root negative 1. So x equals positive or negative I. يبقى السوليوشن set هنا equals I and negative I. الله. طيب هنا ايه الفرق بين دي وبين دي؟ We haven't any meaning of the letter or the symbol I in R. This is real number, set of real number. But this is I. What is I now? Not I. This is imaginary part. So let's make a definition for I. I will be its name imaginary number. So we get a set of numbers, a new set of numbers. It will be complex number. Type. Do we have any properties of I? Yes, we know that I equals root of negative 1. Then I power of 2 equals negative 1. Then I power of 4 equals 1. Type. What do you think about I power of 3? I power of 3 equals I power of 2 times I power of 1. And I power of 2 equals negative 1 dot I or multiply by I. Then negative 1 times I equals negative I. So that means I power of 4 equals 1. I raised to the power any power multiples of 4 will get the value of 1. Let's know some kind of them. I power 4n equals 1 because 4n is a multiples of 4, and we get also I power 4n plus 2 equals, let's make in the simplest form, it will be I power 4n. If we have an addition of the power, that means it was a product or multiplication between I power 4n times I power of 2. So I power 4n, as we know, equals 1 dot I power of 2 it will be I power of 2. Don't forget to replace I power of 2 by negative 1. طيب, if we have I 1 over I, what do you think about 1 over I? We can solve it as, we can replace 1 by I power of 4, and this is I. So now we have a division, I power of 4 divided by I, it will be I power of 3. Again we get I power of 3, which is equal negative I. So put in the simplest form. I power of 7. I power of 7, it was I power of 4 dot I power of 3. As we know, I power of 4 equals 1, so it will be I power of 3. I power 3, yes, it's negative I. Okay, another example. I power 42. So we will count the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It's 4 times 10. It will be 40, and this is 42, which is left. Yes, it's I power of 2 directly. I power of 2 equals negative 1. So what about I power negative 19? I power negative 19, we can make it two ways. First, we can make I power negative 19, make it plus the greatest positive multiples of 4. That means we can 4 still smaller than 19, 8, 12, 16, then we can find 20 is the closest greater multiples of 4 greater than 19. Don't look to the negative. So we have now I power negative 19 plus I power 20, it will be I power of 1. This is one way. Or second way will be I power negative 19 means 1 over I power 19. I power 19 in the denominator, so we have to replace 1. 1 is I power of 20. So make a difference between the, or subtracting the power, 20 minus 19, it will be I power of 1. Also we get the same value. طيب, another example. I power 20 plus I power 25 plus I power 30 plus I power 35. Put in the simplest form. Okay. Firstly, I power 20. Look at the power. 20 is divisible by 4. Yes, 20 is divisible by 4. That means it's multiples of 4. Then I power 20 على طول it will be equals 1 plus I power 25. 25, so we have the closest smaller because the power here is positive, not like the negative 19. Negative 19 كنا بندور على closest greater, انما هنا هدور على closest smaller اللي هو 25. يبقى اول حاجه قبليه على طول ايه؟ yes, it's 24. So how many i's left? I power of 1. I power 30, the closest smaller, I power 28, so we have I power of 2. I power 35, it will be I power of 3. لسه it will be 1. I power 1, keep it as it is, it's I. I power of 2, it will be negative 1, and I power 3, it will be negative I, as we know. So we have 1 crossed out with negative 1, I crossed out with negative I, then the final result will be 0. The final result will be 0. So let's have now a definition of a complex numbers. The set of complex numbers. What is the set of the complex number? Let's read together. The complex number is that number which can be written in the form x plus I y or yi, x and y belongs to R, means x and y are real number, and the condition is I power of 2, don't forget that equals -1, and we have x. What about x? X is called, yes, it's called what? It's called the real part, and y is called the imaginary part. So this is x plus iy together is called a complex number. So make a definition here together. C equals x plus I y, and x and y belongs to R, where I power of 2 equals -1. This is the definition of the complex set of number. طيب عندي سؤال بنقول find the solution set of the equation where is the equation? This is x squared minus 2x plus 2 equals 0. So we can use the formula. Let's remember the formula together. X equals negative b, positive or negative, square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So let's get the value of a. This coefficient of x squared equals 1, and p is the coefficient of x equals -2, and we get c now. The absolute term, it will be positive 2, so make a substitution now. Negative b, it will be 2, positive or negative, square root of b square, it will be 4 minus 4 times 1 times 2 times 2 times 1. So it will be x equals 2 positive or negative root -4 over 2, which is equals, yes, 2 positive or negative, square root of 4 is 2, and don't forget to put I because we have negative inside the square root over 2. So the solution set will be, right, 1 plus I, and the other will be 1 minus I. This is the solution set of the equation. ازاي جبناها؟ We have used the formula which is equal negative b, positive or negative square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. This is a formula which leads us to get the value of the x, even x is a real number or is a complex number. Now we have to discuss about the equality of two complex numbers. When we can say that the two complex numbers are equals, أنا لو عندي two complex numbers كده x1 plus y1 والcomplex number التاني x2 plus y2, then if they are equal we have to say that in x1 must be equal x2 and y1 equals y2. That means the real part here must equal the real part here and the imaginary part equals the imaginary part. Let's have an example about equality of complex numbers. If 3x plus 2yi minus 9 minus xi minus I equals 0, find the value of both x and y. طيب لو بصينا للرايت هاند سايد هلاقي 0، معنى كده in the right hand side we haven't any of real part or imaginary part. So and now we have equality between two sides. The left side we have 3x real part and negative 9 real part, 2yi ونيجاتيف xi والi ده imaginary part. يبقى انا عندي complex number here now consists of two parts, the real part and the imaginary part, and the other side equals 0. That means the real part individually equals 0 and the imaginary part individually equals 0. Let's apply that. اولا هناخد الريل بارت اهو اللي هو هنا مين هيبقى 3x minus 9 هنقول equals كام؟ yes it equals 0, so it will be 3x equals 9, then x equals 3. Then now we get the value of x. Let's get the value of y. So collect the imaginary parts together and make it equal 0. So we have 2y minus x minus 1. Don't forget the 1 we get from negative I equals 0. X is 3, so 2y minus 3 minus 1 equals 0. تبقى 2y equals 4. Then we get the value of y equals 2. Now we get the both value of x and y, and this example was about the equality of two complex number. Let's talk about the addition and multiplication of complex numbers. First, if we have a complex number z1 equals 3 plus 7i, and we have another complex number, we call it z2 equals 5 minus 9i. Find, firstly we need to find z1 plus z2. Second, we need to find z out times z2. This is the solution. First, we need to get z1 plus z2. Make a substitution. z1 which was 3 plus 7i plus z2 is 5 minus 9i. When we make an addition or subtraction of two complex numbers, deal with the real parts individually and deal with the imaginary part individuals. That means we have to get real part here is 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8, right? And positive 7i, negative 9i, together it will be negative 2i, and this is the value, or this is the answer of the addition. Type. What do you think about product or the multiplication? Z1 times Z2. Okay. Put it in brackets. Z1, which is 3 plus 7i. Z2 is 5 minus 9i. Make normal distribution. 3 times 5 equals 15. 3 times negative 9, it will be negative 27i. And now 7i times 5, it will be 35i. And 7 times 9 will be negative 63i power of 2. Don't forget, 15 is a real part. Negative 27i, positive 35i, it will be positive 8i. And we have negative 36 I square. We can put it, forget or cancel I power 2 and make it positive 63. So we have now, this is real part and this is real part. It will be 78 plus 8i. This is the answer of the product. So now we have many examples to make sure about these steps together. First, find 4 plus 3i multiply 2 minus 5i. Let's make it together. Yes, 4 times 2 is 8 minus 20i plus 6i minus 15i squared. As we said, remove I square and change this sign, it will be 15. 8 plus 15, it will be 23 minus 14i. This is the answer. Okay. So what do you think about this? Number 2, and take care. This is 2 root 3 minus root 5i multiply 2 root 3 plus root 5i. Take care, both of brackets seems to be similar except the middle sign. This is, فاكرين انتوا كده x squared minus y squared كانت بنعملها factorization x minus y times x plus y. طيب لو انا عندي x minus y times x plus y, we can make it as x squared minus y squared. This case we have, face it now, 2 root 3 minus root 5 I times 2 root 3 plus root 5i. We can make it 2 root 3 all of power of 2 minus root 5 all power of 2. This is 4 times 3 equals 12, and this is minus 5i squared. Yes, mister. Cancel I squared, change the sign, it will be 12 plus 5, then the final answer will be 17. And this is very important rule. We will use it many times later. Okay, I have another problem. Simplify first 3 I power of 5 minus 4 I power of 8 minus 5 I power of 10 plus 2 I power of 15 all power 3. الكومن ميستيك بقى يا اولاد، الكومن ميستيك ان الناس دي تعمل ديستريبيوشن للباور اوفر الباورز اللي جوه. ما ينفعش لان انا عندي هنا بولينوميال. الكلام ده بيحصل لما يكون عندي جوه برودكت، انما لما يكون عندي بلس او ماينس ما اقدرش اعمل كده. طيب يبقى اول حاجه هضطر اعملها ايه؟ هضطر اتعامل مع الباورز inside the bracket. This is the bracket باور 3 مالناش دعوه بيها، ونبدا نعمل simplifying للي جوه. This is 3 I باور 5 هنشيل 4 يتفضل I باور 1 minus 4 I باور of 8 is 1. محدش يكتب بقى 41 دي 4 times 1 equals 4 minus 5 again I باور of 10 yes I power of 8 cancelled or removed, so we have I power of 2 left plus 2 I power of 3. Let's move to the second step. This is 3I, keep it as it is, minus 4. This is I power 2 crossed out and change the sign, it will be positive 5. And this is I power 3, it will be 2 times negative I which is negative 2I. يبقى أنا عندي دلوقتي 3I و negative 2I it will be I minus or I plus 1 all power of 3. وكده متهيألي إن أنا مسألتي تبقى سهلة، هكملها هتبقى هنعمل brackets I plus 1 في I plus 1 في I plus 1 ودي هتبقى سهلة جدا. طيب هي الفكرة بس كلها اللي احنا بنقول فيها ان انا مش هقدر we can deal with this power according to the other powers inside the bracket, so we have to make a simplifying each term individually to get the simplest form for each term, and finally we can use the outer power. Let's move to another problem. Prove that root 3 minus I over root 3 plus I plus root 3 plus I over root 3 minus I كل ده عايزينه equals كام؟ 1. طيب جميل، تعالوا نتكلم في الليفت هاند سايد. ده addition. بعمل ايه في الاديشن؟ بعمل common denominator. common denominator ازاي؟ بعمل دول multiply بعض وبعدين بعمل كده وده multiply ده. ننفذ تبقى root 3 plus I times root 3 minus I. Now if we multiply root 3 minus I, multiply root 3 minus I, it will be root 3 minus I all power of 2 because it's repeated brackets plus root 3 plus I times root 3 plus I, it will be root 3 plus I all power of 2. نكمل. root 3 minus I power 2 bracket raised to the power of 2 first square second squared first times second times 2, it will be negative 2 root 3 I plus again first square yes second square first times second times 2, it will be positive 2 root 3 I over, yes, this is two brackets semi similar but the difference between them is the middle sign, so make it the first square minus second square. Okay, let's complete together. This is 2 root 3I negative 2 root 3I positive, then we have 3 plus 3, it will be 6 plus I square plus I square, and we get 3 minus I square. We said that when we get I square, it will be negative 1, and again it's negative 1, and again it's negative 1. Then we have 6 minus 1 over 3, negative 1, it will be positive 1. We get 4 over 4. 4 over 4 equals 1. This is right hand side, and now in this problem we used the properties of I and the properties of multiplication between two complex number. Now we have finished the first part of the complex number. إن شاء الله نكملها مع بعضين المرة الجاية. نترككم في رعاية الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.